You're probably looking at this like, what the hell happened? No worries, gentlemen. My wheels are still here. We're good to go. So I've been going back and forth with Martin for a couple of days now because I did promise an idle video on my Patreon. It was supposed to post up on Friday, and we've just been struggling because I'm getting just error after error after error after error. Martin thinks it's fuel related. I actually went ahead and double checked all the sensors just to find out the crankshaft position sensor might not have been connected. Went ahead and fixed that. I actually had to extend the wire. Well, I mean, I'm trying to button up the car. Let me at least get the brakes bled. Also, finally, paint these calipers because they've been yellow for like the past couple of months. Even though I sprayed them this color to make them match for like the past 2 or 3 months. And yeah, I've just been lazy about painting the other ones. Let's just button up the Z, get it ready to at least move, because at least once we figure out what's wrong with it, we're good to go. False. I also lost 2 bolts that go to the back of the caliper on this side. That one's fine. That one's perfect. I also, on my slave cylinder, I have the external Z-Speed kit. I just happen to have lost the little plate that connects the new slave. Great. The intercooler that is tucked right here, really ghetto. I don't know if you guys, oh yeah, right there. I actually have to go ahead and connect the water pump that I have right here. This right here has to get mounted and connected, so that way we can go ahead and get the system. And oh, oops. This video is pretty much just getting everything together. This swap ended up being a lot harder than I expected, but just because of little minor things like fuel, wiring, literally you conquer one thing and then you have like 10 other things that just pop up. So
go and try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up, got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell a park it up. Alright, so I like to be transparent with you guys, and I have no shame showing like how ghetto something I'm doing can be, and it's pretty ghetto. So 2 things. All right, I have an oil cooler back here that isn't really gonna do much, you know. I just needed a temporary fix, so that is for now. So it is already there, the lines are already set up and it's on the sandwich plate. Everything's good to go. Now this I messed up. All right, this I mounted pretty ghetto. What I want to do is actually get rid of this crash bar, and once I go to JF Customs and they put on the diffuser, well, oh god, I almost fell, the front splitter, I'm gonna get a chassis mount front splitter, so I'm waiting till I go there so I can go ahead and get the heat exchanger actually mounted a lot higher up and make brackets that go to the holes that hold the crash beam in the front. And one more thing, I also need to flip this because that little bleeder valve is not supposed to be on the top, it's supposed to be on the bottom. So all right, now let's get started. Okay. 2 things. 1, I haven't really, oh well, let me actually get it in shot. Like that would, I feel like that would make more sense, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really worked on the 370Z in an entire week because I actually got involved in a car accident. Not with this car, I would choke, you know what I'm saying? Not with this car, actually was my daily, and I haven't been able to work on the car because I've been having really bad back pains for the past week. So I'm sorry that I didn't really upload. I know like I haven't really been too active on social media, but that's why I just needed some time to take a break. Maybe I should jump on this side. Like, oh, okay. 2, the homie Chris Scott, he's another guy that has done a VR swap on his 370Z, on his 350Z. I saw a post on Facebook, and he has a family member that actually has leukemia, and you guys know that like stuff, anything, honestly, cancer, anything like that, like kind of is a soft spot for me. And I know I've already asked with Stock Boys, and if you're, I understand, look, but what I'm asking is if you are able to, I'm gonna leave a GoFundMe because he's $3,000 at this point when I'm making this video away from hitting the goal. If we are able to help donating even just a little bit, with everybody donating a little bit, it will help him get to his end goal of 25K, and he's almost there. Please, I'm gonna leave the link in the description. That way, if you can donate, just go ahead and do so. I appreciate it. If you can't, it's understandable, you know, like no stress. So thank you. All right, let's finally get started. After this whole entire week, the only thing I have done, bro, these Mustangs, man, they need to go. But the only thing I've done this entire week is actually clean the car, and it looks so good. Cleaning the car doesn't actually do anything. I need to get started with the putting on the intercooler heat exchanger. So I ordered the fittings and they came in. So let's just go ahead and get started because yeah, Martin's saying that I'm throwing some codes and it might not be starting just because of I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend like I know. Let's just get started. Thank you to
Brian Earl for helping me out. He sent me a diagram. I needed a diagram because honestly doing all this, like kind of just trying to figure out where it all routes, not as simple as you would think, but whatever. I already went ahead and got the water pump on. I did make like a ghetto cut because I didn't want to cut the bracket that's on the top of the water pump, like to drill it in, not drill it, but to keep it, oh my god, to keep it tightened. So what I did was I just cut the actual core support a little bit, made a little hole, so that way the bracket can be in there, and just, I don't know, just, I guess I really just didn't want to cut that, even though I probably should have, but to each their own. Everybody kind of has done this like their own little way so far. Now I'm working on getting this line connected, but I'm not sure if this line can actually just go straight to the top of the coolant lines to the intercooler, or if I'm gonna have to run the T, like a T clamp. Just I'm trying to run as little line as possible. I don't have the Q60 or Q50 3.0 core support, and they actually have like lines in that core support that I just don't have. Kind of have to figure this out. I know Brian has a Q60 core support in his, so it's one of those things where I'm gonna kind of look at my options and what I have, and then I have 8 feet of lines, so I'm not gonna run out of coolant lines, but you know, I just want to make this as simple as possible so that way it's easier to maintenance and easier for you guys whoever wants to tackle on this project. I had to flip the intercooler because, well, the heat exchanger, it's still very flimsy, it's still very shaky. No more boring stuff. All right, let me show you guys this when it's done, and hopefully it doesn't rain. All right, so the top of the water pump right here is going to connect to the intercooler, well, the heat exchanger, and then the bottom is the one that's going to go up to the passenger side, the intercooler. There is one line that's on the back that it needs to go to the one that, like, I don't know what to call this, but whatever, like this pushes all the coolant out, I'm assuming, goes down. But the issue is that I need a T connector because there's one of the reservoirs is also supposed to connect to it, but then other than that should be good to go. And then I have to connect the other reservoir for the radiator, since this motor uses, like, this whole setup uses two reservoirs. So thank you, Brian, I really appreciate it, man, because I was looking at the map and it was for a red sport and it had the 2 pumps, and I'm like, bro, it was really confusing for me. So, well, whatever, I'm done. But thank you for helping. I'm gonna go ahead and try and get that T connector so we can kind of wrap this up and call it a day, and maybe try and start it, because I found out there was one thing with the wiring that was wrong, so it might just idle perfect now, but I'd rather kind of just wait until it's filled with coolant, so that way if it does run I can just bleed the systems. Let's see if I can go to Home Depot and, oh, I don't know if I brought this up too, but I retained the 3.7 radiator hose, and Lewis was telling me just to get another one, but to be honest I just cut it and there's no kinks, nothing. This side, like, I just need to get a clamp for it, and also I changed all the cheap, where are they? Oh I changed all these cheap clamps out for the OEM ones just because they just look a lot more cleaner, and when you look at the engine bay you don't have like these things just sticking out. I was gonna just worry about engine dress up later, but I mean, I'm kind of cutting up the OEM hose anyway, so I'm just taking all the clips. So anyone that's doing that, if you get the full water pump setup with hoses, yeah, just save yourself the headache and get yourself these clamps and just use those, not these. These are kind of janky. I went ahead and actually the only ghetto piece about this whole thing is this clamp right here, so I went ahead and cut it just so that way I can have something actually holding this hose down. This is actually routed down here. I got everything clamped and ready to go on the water pump. I'm gonna try and figure out a better way with these lines because right now it's kind of a hot mess. I have the oil cooler kind of mixed up with the water pump lines. Intercooler itself is good, so the only thing I need to do is mount the bottom. And that's a quick recap of what I gotta do. Only thing left is now the T connector, which I'm gonna go to Home Depot and pick up right now. So I'm gonna clean up all this stuff, hide my bumper so I don't get jacked, and be right back, dude. Okay, so I actually had no luck finding the T connector that I needed. So I actually do have some that are 1/2 inch, or not. I'm not sure if they're 1/2 inch or whatever the case may be, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if those work instead of just paying like a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. It's literally like probably like 10 bucks I would have spent. But the thing is, I know it wouldn't have sealed the coolant, and especially in a pressurized system, I know I was gonna have a leak with that route if I was to do it kind of hood like that. So I'm trying to do everything right the first time. After this, we should be good to go and move forward. I have one more mod that I need to install, which is just some my catch cans finally. Because and thank you. I'll get more into detail about that later. But thank you guys for watching. Because I don't know if anyone here has ever had back issues, but dude, getting into a car accident absolutely freaking sucks, dude. Like, whoa, super dark. If anybody's ever had back problems, or you know, you play played sports, got into an accident yourself, dude, you understand. But I was tired of giving you guys like filler episodes and keeping you in suspense. Just as much as you guys want the car to start and you want to drive, so do I, man. So I'm gonna head back to the house and make that happen. But thank you guys for being patient. Trust me, I'm like super happy and I'm spitting all over the camera and we just going places, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, baby? We all gonna be doing deal. All right, well, that's it. So I can't really connect everything, absolutely everything, but it's just one T connector, so I'm not gonna stress that. I'm not gonna pour the coolant right now because obviously it'll just fall right out. I went ahead and put the car back on the ground for now. That's it, dude, and you can look at my sick little tiny baby intercooler. Is so cool. But thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a long wait. Believe me, I want to get this car on the road already, but baby steps. It's better to do everything right the first time than rush into it, kind of like what I was doing before. Whatever. Thank you to Martin for being super patient, which is Rsenthalpy, my tuner, and EcuTek for helping me out. Thank you guys for actually just sticking through, being patient, and watching me grow through this process. It's pretty cool, man. So my back is literally on fire. Well, not literally on fire, because then, you know, I'll be burning, but you know what I mean. If you guys like the video, just make sure you hit that like button because it does help the channel grow. If you didn't like it, it's okay. Just go ahead, tell me what you didn't like, and if you haven't already, just please subscribe. But next video, I have one more mod install, and we should bleed the brakes, the clutch, and see what we could do.